What if I told you that the most peaceful homes I've ever visited weren't designed by expensive decorators? They belonged to French women who understood something we often forget. Your home should embrace you, not overwhelm you. I'm speaking to you today from the comfort of my own living room, a space that just 5 years ago felt cluttered and chaotic. But after learning these timeless French principles, everything changed. Not because I spent thousands of dollars, but because I discovered 10 simple truths that French women have quietly practiced for generations. If you're in your golden years like me, you know that our relationship with our homes evolves. We no longer want spaces that impress visitors. We want sanctuaries that restore our souls. Today, I'll share these 10 secrets with you, and I promise by the end, you'll see your own home through completely different eyes. Stay with me, because secret number 7 transformed not just my space, but how I feel about myself every single day. Secret 1. Release what no longer serves you. Let me ask you something. When you walk through your home, do you feel peace or pressure? Here's what I've learned from French women. They treat their homes like gardens, not storage units. Everything that remains has earned its place through usefulness or joy. Nothing stays simply because it's always been there. I know this hits close to home for many of us. We carry decades of possessions. Our children's artwork, inherited furniture we never really loved, duplicate kitchen gadgets, clothes that no longer fit our bodies or our lives. We keep these things because letting go feels like losing pieces of ourselves. But here's the gentle truth. Releasing objects isn't abandoning memories. It's making room for what matters now. French women approach this with what they call tender ruthlessness. They hold each item and ask, "Does this still serve the person I am today?" If the answer is no, they thank it for its service and let it go. You don't need to tackle your entire house this weekend. Start with one drawer, one shelf, one corner that's been bothering you. Pick up each item with intention. Notice how your body responds. Does it feel heavy or light? Does it spark joy or just obligation? Here's something beautiful I discovered. Every item you release creates space not just in your home, but in your heart. You'll breathe deeper, move more freely, feel more in control of your environment. Your home wants to breathe again. Give it permission. Secret 2. Choose fewer things, but choose wisely. In a world obsessed with quick purchases and constant updates, French women walk a different path. They wait. They consider. They invest in pieces that will love them back for years to come. This isn't about buying expensive brands or chasing perfection. It's about understanding that everything in your home either adds to your life or subtracts from it. There's no neutral. I remember visiting my neighbor Marie, who emigrated from Lyon 30 years ago. Her living room contained just 6 pieces of furniture, but each one was exquisite. Her reading chair fit her body perfectly. Her wooden coffee table bore the gentle scars of decades of family meals. Her lamp cast the most beautiful warm light I'd ever seen. "I waited 2 years to find this chair," she told me, running her hand along its worn armrest. "But now, every time I sit here, I feel grateful." This philosophy becomes even more important as we age. We no longer want to keep replacing things that break or disappoint us. We crave reliability, comfort, and beauty that deepens with time. Take a moment to look around your space. What do you use every single day that could be better? Your morning coffee mug? The towel you reach for after every shower? Your favorite reading spot? Start there. Upgrade slowly, thoughtfully. Choose pieces that make ordinary moments feel special. Over time, your home will become a reflection of your wisdom, carefully curated, deeply loved, and perfectly suited to who you are now. Secret 3. Invite nature inside daily. There's magic in walking into a room and finding fresh flowers waiting for you. Not because they're expensive or elaborate, but because they whisper a simple truth. Someone cares about this space. Someone cares about you. French women don't save flowers for special occasions. They're part of the weekly rhythm, as essential as buying bread or checking the mail. A small bouquet on the kitchen table. A single stem by the bedside. Even branches from the backyard can transform a room. I started this practice 3 years ago, and it changed everything. Every Friday became my flower day. Sometimes it's daisies from the grocery store for $3. Sometimes it's forsythia branches I cut from my own yard. The cost doesn't matter, the intention does. What matters is bringing life indoors. Fresh flowers connect us to the seasons, to beauty, to the natural world that exists beyond our walls. They remind us that life is constantly renewing itself, and so can we. Here's a tip I learned from Marie. Buy one bouquet and divide it into smaller arrangements. Spread that beauty throughout your home. Put a few stems in the bathroom, a single flower by your bedside, a small cluster on your kitchen counter. Watch how this simple practice shifts the energy of your space. Notice how it makes you feel to care for something living. Observe how visitors' faces change when they notice the flowers. This week, make flowers part of your routine. Let this small act of self-care remind you that you deserve beauty, not just on special days, but every ordinary day. Secret 4. Light your home like you love yourself. Most of us grew up with one harsh overhead light in every room. Bright, functional, and utterly without warmth. But French women understand something profound. Light doesn't just help us see, it shapes how we feel. Think about it. How does your mood change in candlelight versus fluorescent lighting? How do you feel in the soft glow of sunset compared to the glare of midday? In French homes, light is layered like music. A table lamp for reading. A soft corner light for ambience. Candles for evening meals. These multiple sources create depth, warmth, and most importantly, a sense of being embraced rather than exposed. I transformed my own home by making one simple change. I stopped using overhead lights after sunset. Instead, I light a few lamps, maybe a candle or two. The difference was immediate and profound. My home felt more peaceful. I felt more relaxed. Even my sleep improved. During the day, French women open their curtains wide and use mirrors to bounce natural light around the room. They understand that sunlight is nature's best mood enhancer. But here's the deeper truth. How you light your home reflects how you treat yourself. Harsh lighting says, "This will do." Soft, thoughtful lighting says, "I deserve gentleness. I deserve beauty." Start simple. Add one small lamp to a space where you usually rely on overhead lighting. Place it by your favorite chair or on your bedside table. Try using only lamps and candles for 1 week after dark. Notice how this changes not just your space, but your entire evening routine. You'll find yourself moving more slowly, breathing more deeply, feeling more present in your own life. Because every woman deserves to feel held by the light in her own home. Secret 5. Honor your table, honor yourself. Walk into any French home and you'll notice something immediately. The dining table is never a dumping ground for mail, keys, or random clutter. It's clear, peaceful, and often beautifully set, even when no one is expected for dinner. This isn't about formal entertaining. It's about treating your table as the heart of your home, a place worthy of respect and care. I used to eat standing at my kitchen counter, plate in one hand, scrolling through my phone with the other. Meals became fuel stops, not moments of nourishment. But French women taught me something revolutionary. Every meal is worthy of ceremony, especially when you're dining alone. Now I set my table with intention. A real napkin, not paper. A small flower or candle at the center. Sometimes I use the good china, the set I was saving for company that rarely came. Here's what surprised me. When I honor my table, I honor my meals. I eat more slowly. I taste my food. I feel grateful instead of rushed. Those 15 minutes become a peaceful pause in my day. This practice becomes even more meaningful as we age. Many of us live alone now, and it's easy to let mealtime become practical rather than pleasurable. But we deserve better. We deserve to be treated well, especially by ourselves. Start tonight. Clear your table completely. Add something beautiful, a placemat, a small vase, even a pretty salt shaker. Sit down to eat, even if it's just a simple sandwich. Let your table become an altar of self-care, a daily reminder that you are worth the good dishes, the cloth napkin, the moment of grace before you take your first bite. Secret 6. A little each day keeps chaos away. Here's a question that might surprise you. When was the last time a French woman spent an entire Saturday deep cleaning her house? The answer is probably never, because she never needs to. French women have mastered the art of maintenance, small, daily acts of care that keep their homes peaceful and ready. Before leaving any room, they straighten a cushion. After brushing their teeth, they wipe the sink. Before bed, they spend 5 minutes clearing the kitchen counter or folding the throw blanket. It's not about perfection, it's about partnership. They stay in relationship with their space through small, loving gestures throughout the day. I used to let housework pile up until it felt overwhelming. Then I'd spend a miserable weekend trying to catch up, feeling exhausted and resentful. But when I adopted this French approach, everything changed. Now I have a 10-minute evening ritual. I set a gentle timer and spend those minutes putting things back where they belong, wiping one surface or tidying one small area. I don't try to do everything, just something. This approach is perfect for those of us in our later years. We don't have the energy we once did for marathon cleaning sessions, but we can manage 10 minutes of gentle care. The magic is in the consistency. These small acts accumulate like compound interest. Your home stays peaceful, and you stay connected to your space without feeling overwhelmed. Try it tonight. Set a timer for just 10 minutes. Put on some music you love. Tidy one small area with intention and care. Notice how this feels different from frantic cleaning. It's more like meditation in motion. Your home will thank you, and so will your future self. Secret 7. Create an invisible embrace of scent. Before your eyes register the colors or your mind processes the furniture, your body responds to something else entirely. How a space smells. Scent reaches the deepest part of us, the place where memory and emotion live together. This secret changed everything for me, and I believe it will for you too. French women understand that scent should whisper, never shout. Their homes don't assault you with artificial fragrances or overwhelming perfumes. Instead, they carry subtle, natural aromas that make you want to stay a little longer. Maybe it's lavender tucked into linen drawers. Perhaps it's a pot simmering on the stove with cinnamon, orange peel, and cloves on a winter afternoon. It could be the clean smell of sheets dried in sunlight, or the gentle hint of sandalwood from a bedside candle. But more than any manufactured scent, French homes smell like fresh air. Every morning, without fail, they open their windows, even in winter, even if just for 10 minutes. They believe a home must breathe to be truly alive. I started this practice 3 years ago, and it transformed my relationship with my space. Opening those windows each morning doesn't just clear the air, it clears my mind. It's a daily reset, a moment of intention that says, this is a new day, and this space is ready for whatever comes. For scent, I keep it simple. A small bowl of fresh herbs on my kitchen windowsill. A drop of vanilla oil on a warm cloth. Sometimes I light a candle during my evening tea, not for special occasions, but for ordinary Tuesday nights. Start with the windows. Tomorrow morning, open them for just 5 minutes. Let your home take a deep breath. Then choose one natural scent to introduce, maybe mint on the sill or a candle you save for quiet evenings. You'll discover that scent has a quiet way of anchoring you in the present moment. It creates an invisible softness that wraps around you like a gentle embrace. When your home smells like peace, it feels like peace. Secret 8. Let your home tell your story. A truly beautiful home doesn't look like a magazine. It looks like you. It tells your story layer by layer, shelf by shelf, through objects that carry meaning rather than just aesthetic appeal. In French homes, you won't find generic wall art bought in bulk or books arranged by color for Instagram photos. Instead, you'll discover deeply personal treasures, books that have been read and loved, photographs soft with age, small collections gathered over decades of living. I remember Marie showing me her bookshelf. Every book had been read, many multiple times. Some had notes in the margins from years past. These are my conversations with myself across time, she said. Why would I keep books that taught me nothing? French women aren't afraid of old things, they treasure them. That chipped bowl from grandmother's kitchen holds more beauty than any perfect new purchase. The small jar of sea glass collected during a memorable vacation carries more meaning than expensive decor. This isn't about hoarding or keeping everything. It's about curating intentionally, asking, what reflects who I am today? What story do I want my space to tell? Take your books, for instance. Keep the ones that moved you, taught you something, or that you might want to pass on. Let go of the ones you felt obligated to keep but never truly loved. Look at your keepsakes. What's been tucked away in boxes for too long? Could that photo of your parents belong on the hallway table? Could the quilt you made years ago have a place of honor in the guest room? French women create what they call vignettes, small, meaningful arrangements that hold emotion. A stack of favorite books beside a reading lamp. A tray with vintage perfume bottles on the dresser. A collection of postcards from places that shaped you. This week, walk through your home with fresh eyes. What could come out of hiding? What deserves better placement? What arrangement might better reflect who you are now, not who you were 10 years ago? Let your home become a love letter to yourself, filled with objects that spark joy, hold memories, and tell the beautiful story of a life well lived. Secret 9. Marry the old with the new. French homes never look like they came from a single catalog, and there's profound wisdom in this approach. They blend pieces across generations, an antique armoire paired with a modern reading lamp, a centuries-old mirror hanging above a sleek, minimal fireplace. This mixing isn't accidental, it's deeply intentional. French women understand that our homes, like our lives, are layered with past and present, memory and possibility. As we grow older, we sometimes feel pressured to update everything. Maybe it's the influence of home improvement shows or well-meaning family members suggesting we modernize. But there's wisdom in holding on to pieces that have weathered the storms of time. That dining table passed down from your mother may have scratches, but each mark tells a story. The chair that squeaks when you sit down has supported generations of family conversations. These aren't flaws, they're character. The secret isn't to freeze your home in the past, but to create a beautiful conversation between old and new. By pairing meaningful vintage pieces with a few fresh elements, a modern throw pillow, a contemporary lamp, a piece of current art, you create visual interest that feels both timeless and alive. This approach also makes your space feel collected rather than decorated. It shows that you've lived, chosen, and evolved. You're not bound by a single era or trend. You're free to love what speaks to you across time. Start by identifying the older pieces in your home that you truly cherish, not because they're antiques, but because they hold part of your story. Which of these deserves to stay? Then ask yourself, what could I pair with this that feels fresh or new? It might be as simple as adding a modern lamp to a vintage side table, or placing a piece of contemporary art above an inherited chest. Trust your instincts. French women aren't decorating for approval, they're creating for themselves, and that's the invitation here. Let your home be an honest, beautiful blend of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Secret 10. Make every day worth celebrating. Of all the secrets French women live by, this might be the most powerful and the most forgotten. Everyday life deserves beauty. Not just holidays, not just birthdays, not just when company is coming. Every single day. French women are masters of small, meaningful luxuries woven into ordinary moments. A linen napkin at breakfast. A favorite teacup used for afternoon tea, even when she's the only one home. A dab of perfume before settling in to read. Candlelight during dinner for one. To the outside world, these details might seem unnecessary, even frivolous. But to her, they're acts of self-respect. They say, I matter. This moment matters. Many of us were raised to save the good stuff. The fine china for special occasions. The beautiful soaps for guests. The silk scarf for someday. We were taught to wait for permission to enjoy what was already ours. But when we reach our golden years, we begin to understand something profound. Later is now. There's no need to wait. No need to ask permission to enjoy beauty. No need to postpone joy until someone else validates its worthiness. What would it feel like to bring more luxury into your ordinary moments? Lighting a candle while you fold laundry. Using the real silverware for your Tuesday night dinner. Playing beautiful music during your morning routine. Wrapping yourself in that soft shawl that makes you feel elegant, just because it's Thursday. Small luxuries aren't about money, they're about intention. They're about choosing to bring pleasure and grace into the parts of the day that often go unnoticed. I started lighting a candle during my solitary dinners 3 years ago. Such a simple thing, but it transformed those meals from mere fuel stops into moments of gratitude and peace. The candlelight said, "This moment is sacred. You are worth this beauty." So I ask you, what's one small luxury you've been saving that you could enjoy today? What's one new ritual you could create? A cup of tea on the porch, a warm bath with music, an evening walk just before dusk. Let your days be filled with these sacred pauses, because a truly elegant home isn't just one that looks beautiful. It's one that invites you to live beautifully every single day. Closing. These 10 secrets go far beyond home decorating. They're about creating a space that honors your story, nurtures your soul, and reflects the wisdom you've gathered over the years. The beautiful truth is, you don't need to change everything at once. Start with just one small habit. Open your windows each morning. Light a candle with your evening tea. Clear your table and set it with love, even if you're dining alone. Over time, these gentle choices will accumulate. Your home will feel lighter, warmer, more alive. And so will you. At this stage in our lives, we're not looking to fill our homes with things. We're looking to fill them with meaning, with peace, with the quiet satisfaction of a space that truly feels like ours. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 10 secrets speaks to your heart right now? Which one will you try first? Your wisdom and experience are valuable to this community, and I read every single comment. If this message brought you comfort or inspiration, please take a moment to like this video and share it with a friend who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to Elders Wise Insight for more thoughtful conversations about living well in our golden years. Until next time, remember this. Your home is not just where you live, it's where you return to yourself. Make it a place that truly reflects your heart. Take care, my friends. I'll see you in the next video.